I'm not really looking for an answer other than explaining the equation I have before me. Um, what I try to do is find the differences. The differences create the frequencies, keeping things in sync, like forensics. So what I'm going to do right now is first we're going to talk about the letter H and the letter R. And they say there's a blood type, H and R, and I just want to show you what I can do to H and R over here. R, H, H, R, R, H, H. Now I'm going to go and do my R. Now you would ask, how come I made the R like that? The only reason I made the R like that, because I don't lift my pen to do it. This also will continue to the next letter, whatever it is. See the footing I will put before it? Do you know all the languages? They all put out this mark like this. The reason they put out the mark is because the diamond connectors are further away from the center than they are. So they're just showing the full center of what they are. Just like the little flags you see hanging. So these are like braces hanging on the corner. Here is your R, and here is your H for your RH or your rhino blood. What that means, I don't know. I just began on this. It can take a day, 6 months, a year. Maybe I'll never figure it out, but you will. This is your R and H. Again, if you take a look at this, the Kaf letter in Hebrew has the same marking as this, as the same marking as the small h, okay, and the big R. We also have the resh, we have the kuf, and we have the final nun, which is over here. Over here we have R and H coming together, so we're going to do this together, and let's see what we get. All right, we have this over here. Now we go down this way, this way, this way into the center, and then we move over. Now it splits up and down. This is the letter H. We go over, okay, we go over, and as we go over, we go in to the center, down, and up, and over, and all the way down. Then we repeat the same thing. We go all the way down, we go back in, we go over. We split between two sides. This one will be in the center, this one will be on the bottom. 3 different worlds. You see how this one is bigger than the other one? Because this is the connecting worlds. Then we come over, we do the same thing, and we come back over here. Now the question is, this one the way it is and this one the way it is, I turned both these R's and H's around. I should have did it to this one. Now if I remove it with this stuff, I will not be able to rewrite it. I should have made it over here and I didn't. So we're just going to look at what this does. The M, okay, is inside the hat. He's balancing whatever this is. A moon on each side, the one in the center. He's missing one leg because it's turned the other way. Do you see the way this creates a shoe? You see the way this creates the 3? The way this creates the 5? The way it goes 5003? Now if I turn this one around to be like this, it'll say 5005. Now the only way to cross over with H, the same way as this, okay, is if I remember, I'm not sure which way it goes. You see the points are here, right? I'm not sure which way it goes, but there's a design which will create 5775. I'm not sure. Here is a 4. This M is made out of a 4 backwards and a 4 forwards. See the 4 the way it's on this side over here? See this 4 over here? 3. The small world, you can let it call it the Roman world or the world of Roman numerals, okay? Next thing I want to mention is what in the world can this be? Well, this is the Canadian sign, okay? This is the legs split apart right over here, but they're joined together. It's joined together at the sexus. Then you take over here and you put on the next body. You put the shoulders out, you put the balloon for the head, and then you put the hat. What kind of hat? This is the guy, this is Scottish. Now, why did I design it that way? Because I'm going to show you. I take it like this. This is the balloon. This is your face. And if you take a look, okay, you can say this is walking at the same time, okay? This is your face inside of a hat. You're wearing a hat. So this is the balloon, your face. All you have to show is your 2 eyes. Everything to do with Dimitru, half true. Dimitri means half true, half of. Blood, understanding the two O's that come together equal to creation, 3 and 6, C and F, Celsius and Fahrenheit in temperature. So we did this part over here. Mary, Mary, quite can give me a cherry. Contrary, not the reality of. Who was Mary? I just read from what was that? Saul, Lisa Saul. Mary Magdalene. Okay, they made her the mother of the church. How would they have made a Jewish mother of Jesus, mother of the church? Like, I don't think so. I really don't. Mary Magdalene becomes mother of the church. Man, gel on his legs, switching the death of Jesus Christ from him to another, and he never went on to the cross. It wasn't him at all. Somebody paid the price for the Son of God, but it wasn't Jesus. That's why he came back alive. Or did he come from the dead? I don't care what anybody says. The reality in the name of man, M-A-N 13, 1, 14. 1, 13 equals to 14. 1 and 13 equals to 14. M is 13 equals to AC. M-A-C, Mac. The 13 ball and pull. And the 5 ball and pull. 13 and 5. 1 through 5 says ace. Big Mac ace. Time heaven of man. 2 and 8 is 10. Why 5? Because it's time heaven. You have to add on 5 to everything to give it life on the clock. The pin runs for everything. 5 and 28 is 33. The number of man, 6. The number of his birth, 9. The totalities, his 2 minds have been split apart. He lives on Mars at 1551. 33 times the number of 7 times 4, 28. 7 times 4, 74, 47. 47 times 33 is 1551. 1 times 5, 1 plus 5 is 5 and 6, 11. 5 times 6, 30. 30 and 11 is 41. 41 and back to 15 again. Is that what we were doing? How did I get to 41? 41 is USA. So now we know that the number of men comes from 6 and 9. Why is there an extra 6? Because there's 1 up to 1 down to 1 down to 1 up. You understand? We get to here and then we turn it around and goes the other way. 50, 30. 50, 30. 80 times 47. 7 times 4 is 28. 80 times 47 is 3,760. 0 AD. Before and after AD, 4 and 1. AD. BC is 2 and 3. Both say 5 and 5. 3 and 2. 2 times 3, 2 plus 3 is 5 and 6. 1 times 5, 1 plus 5 is 5 and 6. 1 times 4, 1 plus 4 is 4 and 5. 9, 11, 9, 2, 9, 2. 29, 29, 58 angels. So what other should we just pick off from this? What can you say? How about walking on the cliff from one side over to the other? This design over here actually says 1.5. That's what I'm trying to bring it out from the letter L. I'm not quite sure how to do it yet, so I'm just leaving it alone. So this is what we have, the RH blood, the rhino, the one horn. What does it mean? They're talking about the one horn, the churches. I do not know enough about the churches. I do not know very much about the Bible. I bump into things and I can only say what you show me, what I see. Another thing I wanted to mention about number 1, irregardless of anything, let's remove all the 1s and see what we have to remove. Okay? If we remove all the 1s, we remove number 1. In reality, we must remove 19, 10 to 19, 21, 31, 41, 51. We have to remove 61, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76. 77, 78, 79. Why? Because 60 exists, where you say 60 plus 10, 60 plus 11. Inside 11, you have a 1. Inside 12, you have a 1. When you get over to 77, okay, you're saying 70 plus 10, 67. Here you're saying 71. You're not mentioning the 10. So the difference between 77 having 10, okay, and 71 having 1. 1 is the reality of 1 moon. 10, which is equivalent to 5 and 5, 2 moons. 77, 78, 79. But into the effect, they all 10s have 1s in it. So all these numbers have to be removed. 1, and if I get it this right, there's 10 over here, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. 35 are the numbers, okay? And 56 is communication. Means 35 of the numbers must be removed. There's only 65 numbers to go. That's the number for communication and creation, okay? At the same time, we're going to do it a little bit different. 1, 3, and 5 are all aces. 1, 3, where is it? 5, 3, and 1. What corner is it? 1, 3, and 5 are all aces. So we're going to move 1, 3, and 5. The opposite of 5 is 9. How do I know? The opposite of 5 and 4. 5 and 4, well, let me show you this. The opposite of 5 is 2. The opposite of 4 is 3. 3 and 2 is 5. Do you understand? 59 reverts to 32. Einstein, 1776, reverts to 59 Einstein. It reverts to Neptune in 1776, down to 5. 9 gets 5. 1, 3, 5, 9 are now removed. What's left? 20, 40, 60, 80. Why do we not mention 70? 2 reasons. First of all, I don't even have to mention 80, because inside the 6 card, okay, inside the 6 card, the 7 card and the 8 are prominent as 7, 8. Inside the 8 card is the moon of 7. 6 is a reflection of 8, as 4 and 2 equals to 6, but the opposite of 4 and 2 is 3 and 5 equals to 8, and the same vice versa for the 8 on this. So all we get is 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 6, 7, 8. I'm not counting 7 because it's an 8. I don't even have to count 6 because it's an 8. The reality is 2 times 4 is 8. 2 plus 4 is 6. What is the gateway? Only number 70 is not repeated. 70 is the wing of Nibiru. 60 and 10. 80 says 20. 80 says it holds 2 sides, 20. 60 says it holds only 1 side. 60 and 80 create each other. Therefore, there are 2 10s inside the 8, splitting 6 up. 66 books. You want to go over here? The piano says we stop at 7. So does the dice. 1 to 7, 8 to 14, 15 to 36, 15 to 21. 36 and 6 is 42. 6 and 22 is 28. The cat in the hat, the moon, 6 and 8. Man on the moon, man in heaven. A-G-H-N-O-U. Hanukkah, Chanukah. The lights, the festival of lights. H, same thing. R and H have something in common. The H is first, because in the first set of rules, you get a rule book, and in the rule book it says A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Or actually it says A, B, C, D, E is in between, and then it goes back to D and C. But instead of D and C, because it has D and C on the left side of 5, it goes F and G, and then we start all over again. So now what we would do is the first link of H and A, and Hanukkah would be H-A first and 8th, equaling to the pool game, 1, 8, and 15. First of all, let me stop here for a second. No, I'll finish with this. I'm going to finish this. So the R, because they're both in the H family, that's why I did it. This is A-C-H-E, or spell it however you want. The A sound comes first. If it was an instrument, you wouldn't know. And this one also, R-H, hard and soft, first and last. 4 times 2, 9 times 2. 9 and 4 is the birth on Mars. 9 times 4 is 36 creation, 49, 7 by 7, the 7th gate splitting the two sides equaling to the 8th card. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4 equals 42, 10, 10. The pull cell. Open up the back of your cell. Most cells will say this is what it is. The cell of pulls is 168. Flip it upside down. It's 8 times 91 or 728, which is the gateway to the 7 moons of the 7 months of 31 days, equaling to 217 days. 217 gateway. Back to the H. And they mention on the phone, if you look at the phone, the debit machines, when you use the debit machines, you'll notice the Q and the Z are there. Normally the Q is on the 7 key and the Z is on the 9 key. The Q is the 17th letter, 1 and 7 is 8. The Z is the 26th letter, 2 and 6 is 8. And you remove that. Normally the Z equals 98, which is the birth. Now the 9 key is represented by 72, which is time of the birth. At once the S was sitting on the 7 key, and I don't remember the number to that key. It was RST. It was P, 16, and 17. It was 33 to creation. Remember, man is the creation. 28, 7 times 4, plus 5 for the clock. Jesus was 33. 33 and 5. 5 for the church. Jesus gets 33 and 5 for the church. Man gets 28 and 5 for the 33 Christ. But then with Christ, they add on 5 more years to make it 33, to make it 38, down to 33, or minus 5 to 28. And 28 is 10 more than after man of 18. 8, 18, 28, 38. I forgot to mention over here that 4060 or 46 is Zion, Israel. This is blue. This is orange, blue-orange, 4060. White, 65. Blue, 40. 105, the hand of God. Same color flag as Israel. Same color flag as one of the Sweden places. Sorry about that. Quebec, Greece. 14, 17, the Queen. 18, Reish. 9 by 5 is 45 by 3, 135. The angle of birth times 2 is 270. The reality is 70 and 70, 270s. 270 plus the gateway 277 brings the birth on October 4th, 1963. 10, 4, 164, Zion, Israel, October 4th, Zion, Israel, 10, 4, good buddy. 63, the year of creation. 36 numbers on the roulette, bringing in the wing of the year of creation. 63 plus 1, 64, back to Zion, Israel. 36 plus 1 is the Aleph letter, starting in the top right-hand corner of your telephone, to the bottom left-hand corner, to the bottom left-hand corner of your calculator is number 1, to the top right-hand corner is number 9. The opposite way goes for the phone. One is from the bottom to the top right, the other is the top left to the bottom right. This is over here when you go to the game of pool. Pull the orange ball. There's a 13 and a 5 equaling to the 18. 135 says Ace Heart, Angel Raphael. 80 says 80, which means 420s. 5 gets 420s. 20, 20, 20, 20 is 80 because it's split up. It's 10 and 10, it's 10 and 10, it's 10 and 10, and it's 10 and 10. 2 and 8, 2 and 8. 8 and 2. 1 and 9, 9 and 1. 3 and 7, 7 and 3. 46, 64. So we showed you what happened where all the ones went. And then inside of here, the reality is, okay, 5 is where the 1 is. 6 is within its own self, but 6 can only exist if the 1 existed. Otherwise, the 6 can't exist, and then the 8 can't exist. The 4 can't exist. The 2 can't exist. Nothing can exist unless this one exists, creating this one to exist, which creates levels of this one to exist, that this one is doubled over the 5 and lets this one exist. 5 and 4 equals to the sun with the one spirit of creation of the 5. 5 alive. Miss Mary, Miss Mary. I'm trying to figure out, you see, we were talking about 2, 3, and 4, okay? I just wanted to mention one thing. The 5, the 6 is different. If we don't revert around the 6, so let me tell you that 4 is to the left of the 5 and 6 is to the right of the 5, or it doesn't matter if it goes both ways, whichever way you want to choose, okay? And just because it is, it means you're starting over, but you're not, because the complete cube opposition to the cube, the 1 is opposition to 6, so you're not starting over, but you are starting over, because the other side of 1 that you were already at, now you're going back to the 6. So you're connecting 1 with 6, creating the 7th gate, and that's why we have G, in which it does not exist on the cube, but it exists because that is the point that everything exists. That when if you take the cube and you spin it like a dreidel, then that 7th gate will be spinning all its numbers on the 7th gate. The 9 birth will be spinning on the 7th gate, creating that sphere-like atmosphere because of the diamonds. It'll push out more in the center and spreading the energy this way. And anyways, I don't know too much about that. Riddles and poems. Raisins. Rosin bag, resin bag, to rise the raisins of the animals. D-circle, doubles and double D's and realities for B's. Realities for B's, 2 levels, double D's, or double D's in reflection of each other. Inside over here is the passageway, your H and your I, showing the height and the lower, the high and the low, showing the 2 outsides, but there's only 1 passage. So let me take a look at see. Then there was Mary. And what I discovered with Mary now is the Y letter ends up making a flesh or an arrow. Okay? Resh is inside the arrow. This is how it works. Because I cannot create a 2-area square with this part of the Y, I would have to cut from here down to here on an angle of 135 degrees ACE in order to connect these 2, but I don't want to. I want to do it exactly inside its own square on its own 4 angles, straight down, across, or on the angle. So I would have to go down here, duplicating, showing the thickness of the arrow, and then it would stand like this, saying Y for Mary. Okay? Mary, marry, or Mary was the link. Okay? One other thing I wanted to mention is May 5th, 125th day of the year, 240 days to go, 10 times 24 hours. August 28th, time heaven, the link, 828, 16 and 20 equals to 2020. May 25th, 2020, August 28th, May 25th reversed. 210, 240, 260, different realities. The month of May, or just put an R for Mary. Because if I turn the Y upside down, just like that, all I got to put is a little hook, and I got a gimel. A gimel starts to walk. It's just like the R. So right away, the May becomes Mary in its own. And then in French, it's marked like this, artificial intelligence of the Big Mac. Okay? Well, forget about that. I is a 9th letter, but so is R. So now I have Marie inside the month of May. Again, Marie inside the month of May. August 28th, the 240th day becomes 246, Zion, Israel. The 125th day is 5 times 5 times 5. 240 and 240 in between 250. How many days are in between 250 plus 115? 1, 2, 250, and 115. Now, what is the 115? Is it 115 minutes? 15 minutes out of 60 of creation? 15 out of 260 is 1/4. 1 added 215 equals to 210. 11 and 5 is 5 and 2 is man. Or 1551 again is the same thing as 47 by 33, the birth of the 115 man, Christ. 5, 5, 5, 3 levels. How do I get 115? Can I take 50 and 50? Or do I take 57.5? No. 50 and 50 is 100. Let's get rid of that, okay? We have 15, which is 7.5, 57.75. 57.75. Now, go to any of the electronic tables you will see online. Take out one of these and turn it to the English side. You see it says ANG. Okay, laisser. Okay, à l'aise, it means to say relaxed. The summer, the roux, to run. The roux is rust. The rust, the burnt orange between the yellow and the red, and then you'd have to start playing pool to understand. And this is Americaine, A-I-N-E, and I'm not going to do this, A-I-S-E, A-I-N-E, A-I-S-E. One is the spirit, and one is the crossover with the N, the Cain and the Abel. Cain. Mother Cain. Are you able? Now we're going to do this. Is this the right side? No, we're going to do it on this side. 21, 2014, 35, 66, 75. 1776, 34, 34, 6. Now, where am I? How come it's not adding right? Oh, yeah, here it is. 1776. 1776. 3476 is the diameter of the moon. 175157 is the number to the moon. 5775, and it says the orphans. Or means gold. Fin means 5. The wings of Nibiru that have come back. Everything makes perfect sense that I'm watching out there. Perfect sense. Another thing that was really weird. Somebody became my friend out of nowhere. They probably won't say a word to me, but if they do, they might see this. She works at Singer. What about Singe or the monkey? The monkey games. G&E 57.9. Creation of the electronic monkey. Orange orangutan. Between the yellow soul and the red light. You know why there's red in everything? Because I bet you the outside world shines a red light. Again, speaks to Nibiru. For me, it was 2005 on May 5th. 5 times 5 times 5. Jump off that. The Hey letter in Hebrew, take a look. It almost looks like partly like the Resh. M. What are we going to do next? We're going to leave it at that. We're going to leave it at that. I'm going to show you one more. Here's the M letter. Okay. M A C, Mac. Now, I do it again. M-A-C, Mac. I create this between the two, and this between the two. I turn it sideways, okay? So if you really want to take a look at it, right? This would say more or less Big Mac, because M-A-C, M-A-C 135. We just did this one. I shouldn't start with it. I'm not going to start with it, but everything links up, electricity and plumbing and games and anyways, whichever way you'd like to go. Zero Mercury, existence of zero. Venus, existence of a double zero. Existence of a double zero and a single zero. The area where all the numbers come to play. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. Free the myth of Zazaret. Where would I get that? Free the myth of Zazaret, king of the sky. My mother's maiden name, my father's last name, and my Hebrew name all put together. Raphael Laser Lippe. Free the myth of the Tsar, which is king, it, which means of the, and sky, and that's what it is. Thank you for watching.